there, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the first part in my buying guide series, and I'm going to be going over whether or not you should buy a bag new or pre-loved. So when somebody is getting ready to make a purchase on a bag, this is one of the first questions they ask. Should I buy it new, or should I try to save a little bit of money and go the pre-loved route? So in today's video, I'm going to help you decide if you should go new or pre-loved. I'm not going to touch on any parts of how to buy pre-loved. That's going to be in another video later to come, but I'm going to be explaining if you should buy pre-loved. Now, first things first, buying new versus pre-loved is strictly personal preference on many items, but if you are somebody that wants the boutique experience, doesn't like the idea of somebody else having carried the bag because it's like used or dirty or germs or anything like that, and you are only going to buy new, then you already have your mind made up and you don't have to worry about purchasing a pre-loved. Sometimes going the pre-loved route isn't necessarily about price though. If an item is a limited edition piece, or if a store has sold out of it, or if it's from a previous collection and you just fell in love with it, there is no way that you can buy it brand new in store, and you have to go the pre-loved route. And if this is the case, this is your only option either way. But if you are solely looking at cost on which one is better, there are a lot of factors to consider. And these really all boil down to the specific piece that you want. So I can't say a blanket statement, it's always better to buy new or it's always better to buy pre-loved, because one or the other isn't necessarily right. You're not always going to save money going pre-loved. It strictly depends on what you're looking for. So my number one tip, do research. Like, is there going to be a price increase on the item that you're looking for in the near future? How much is it to purchase this piece brand new versus how much is it typically selling for as a used piece? You can get an idea of the current resale market value by checking trusted resale sites. So I know some trusted ones are going to be like Fashion File, Tradesy, they're real. There's always going to be the one-offs where these sites have gotten a bad rap and they might have accidentally sold a counterfeit item, but those are very far and few between. But of course, the media is always going to blow those specific instances out of proportion. For the most part, these sites are very trustworthy. But even if you don't plan on buying from these sites, you can always use these sites to figure out what these pieces are selling for on the pre-loved market. Another way to save some money is if you're traveling to Europe soon, a lot of times you can buy an item in Europe for less than what it's going for pre-loved, because the discounts there and then the VAT refund are so great. I would say if you are traveling to Europe, just go there and buy them new, because you'll get a much better deal. I did do an entire video on the VAT refund process. If you are interested, definitely check that out. But if you're not traveling to Europe, you can always see if the item that you're interested in loses a ton of its value as soon as it walks out the door. There are a couple of pieces in the luxury fashion world that do not hold their value at all, even though they are staple pieces. So like the Fendi Peekaboo and the Lady Dior bag. I love both of these. I actually have both of them. I bought them both pre-loved because of this very thing. They plummet by almost half their value on the resale market. So these are definitely items that I would 100% buy pre-loved. I don't know why, unless you're looking for a special edition or something like that, but if you're looking for just a standard piece, definitely go the pre-loved route. Another thing to consider is how popular is the item and how available is it. So things like the new Louis Vuitton On The Go tote or the multi-pochette, super popular, no availability. So you would probably be spending more on the pre-loved market than if you were able to track one down in the store. So if that's the case, you would want to buy new because you can actually save money. If you're going to buy it pre-loved, you might end up spending $100, $200, even $1,000 over what they would be going for at the store. So if the store is still making them, then just wait it out, get your name on some lists, and eventually you'll get it. Unless you need it like right away and you're okay with spending extra money, then by all means go for it. But if you are looking at it from strictly a price standpoint, play the waiting game and get it from the store. Something else to consider is the item trendy, and will it be available the next season? And will it still be in style the next season? So certain fashion houses make super trendy items all the time. They're very popular for a season, then they go discounted out the door and you never see them again. So one example of this are going to be the Chloe bags. As much as I love them, and some of them, they are still kind of around, but their resale value is next to nothing because they get super hyped up on Instagram. Everybody wants them. Everybody goes out and gets them. And then Chloe comes out and makes another gorgeous bag that everybody wants. And then last season ones are old news. So if that's the case, don't buy those ones brand new. buy them pre-loved because you're going to save a bunch. And this is really often seen in high street fashion houses just because they don't have a super strong foothold in the classic bag community. They're always making new bags, and as soon as they make a new bag, the old ones are dated and are discounted. And the majority of all fashion houses will have discounts. So if something is discounted or it can potentially go on sale, you can always buy it new on sale. That's perfectly fine. But if you're trying to decide between pre-loved and new, and it is full price, and eventually it can be discounted, then go the pre-loved route, because by the time it does get discounted, then that way you would have only spent what it's discounted to and you don't lose a lot of money. If you're going into a store and you want to spend full price on like a YSL bag, those are eventually going to be discounted, or there's going to be a special. They're always included in Saks and Neiman Marcus gift card promotions, so make sure that you are at least getting a deal if you do want to buy those new, but you can most likely purchase those pre-loved and get an amazing bargain. But not all high-end luxury houses are immune to this depreciation or pre-loved pricing drop, because there is like the Chanel Reissue. Those don't hold their values, and those are the classic of the classic bags. But I think it's more of like a supply and demand thing. Not too many people are wanting it. It's not as popular as the classic flaps, so that brings the price down a little bit. So if you're wanting to buy one of those, definitely buy that pre-loved, unless it's some super special edition that is going to be going for more. Again, do your research, figure that out, then you could buy it new. But I would say buy pre-loved for that. Or all of their seasonal pieces, their pieces that have like different prints, anything that can date them. So as much as I love the Egyptian collection where it has the Chanel on the reissue bag, or there's like the Mont Croc and different things like that, everybody's going to know what year those came out. And in 5 years, they're going to say, no, that's old news. They're coming out with all these new ones. Those ones aren't going to go for as much. So in that case, you want to buy pre-loved. Some items from the higher end fashion houses, however, don't lose a lot of value. So like the Speedies and the Neverfulls, even though the market is very saturated with those, there is still a lot of demand. So you might be able to save $100 to $200 buying those pre-loved, but you have to decide for yourself, is that worth it? Because when you are buying those particular pieces new, you are getting a warranty. They're in your client history, so that way if there's any defect or you need any repairs or anything like that, you can bring those in, they can look you up and take care of you. If you're buying it pre-loved, you lose out on all of that. So unless you're getting an amazing deal or somebody just really wants to get rid of it at rock bottom prices, or maybe there's a lot of wear and tear on it or something like that, if you're trying to buy a practically brand new looking piece secondhand for only $100 to $200 less, you have to really think for yourself if that is worth it. But if you are strictly looking at price, you need to do a cost-benefit analysis. How much wear and tear and damage are you okay with versus how much you'll save? Maybe you are totally okay with getting a vintage Speedy with black handles and you're going to spoof it up a little bit, and you only spent $300 or $400 on it, whereas brand new they're $1,000. So sometimes if you're not getting it necessarily practically brand new looking, but you have a little bit of wear, then in that case, the pre-loved route is the way to go, because you are saving a little bit more than what just the depreciated value would be from the item being used, even though it wasn't really touched. So I really hope this video was helpful. It really boils down to doing your research and seeing what the value is of things and how much they normally go for on the pre-loved market. You can use these tactics when you are trying to resell a bag, or even better, purchase a bag. I hope you liked this video. If so, give me a thumbs up. If you have any additional questions, let me know in the comment section down below. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so that way you're notified next time I make another buying guide video. And until next time, thanks for stopping by.